But, Rob, let's get right to it. The huge news, and I do mean huge because we've been talking about the quarterback situation there in San Francisco off season. And, man, you hate to see it. Whether you wanted Trey Lance to start or not, you never like to see a player get injured. And Trey Lance, of course, broke his ankle late in the first quarter of Sunday's game against Seattle. He has surgery today, and he is out for the rest of the year, Rob. And so, obviously, we both feel bad, as everybody feels bad for Trey Lance.
Nobody wants to see somebody get hurt.
Including the Niners and Jimmy G. Yeah,
right.
I think they genuinely like each other, him and Jimmy G and the teammates. But we do have to deal with this issue because the show must go on and the games must go on. And, Rob, I'm just going to say it. I personally think the 49ers are more equipped now or have a better chance of getting to the Super Bowl and even winning it than they had 2 days ago when Trey Lance was the starting quarterback. I think they're better suited to win now, have a deep playoff run, if not more, with Jimmy G at the helm.
I don't disagree with you. I mean, and that's not being mean. It doesn't mean that he can't or that he wouldn't eventually develop in that. But we got no indications from the first two games that he was on that route, at least not yet. And Jimmy G, like him or not, he didn't light up the scoreboard, Chris. He didn't. He was Jimmy G.
He did what he does.
He was Jimmy G.
He did what he does.
And they won, and this is who he is. And it's just unfortunate for Trey Lance. Because now, and this is, I mean, Chris, we don't even know going forward, like, where he fits in now. Like, I know they gave up all those picks, all that other stuff to move up for him. But now he's got a long road back, right? Missing the entire season. He's another year behind. Think about it.
He hadn't played that. One of his biggest issues
that's what I mean.
That he hadn't played a lot of football anyway.
And now another year lost. That's exactly my point.
No, it is an issue. And, Rob, for the salary cap gurus out there, one of the reasons teams like to get a hot young quarterback as a rookie. And then you feel like if he's really good, a la Russell Wilson, a la Patrick Mahomes, then you can build your team a la Lamar Jackson, build your team around him because he's not making a lot of money, relatively speaking. And so you can go out and get your linebackers, go out and get your receivers, go out and get your D-backs and so on and so forth. But now, Rob, the challenge with Trey Lance, or another one of the challenges, is that next year will be his third season. And so let's say he comes back, he starts, he plays well. Then you may have to give him the contract after one season, right? And so you only get 1 year of kind of having that cap room to build around your quarterback because he's not making much money. So that's just one of the other challenges in there, Rob. But I thought that you saw a few things that led me to make the statement I made about Jimmy G being, them being better with Jimmy G at quarterback. And you can say all you want about Jimmy G being just average or just, not an elite quarterback. We aren't disagreeing with that. And
we know there are a lot of 49ers fans who don't like him. They just don't. They felt like they had a chance at a Super Bowl. He missed the throw.
He missed the throw.
Right.
But was it Rob? They were up 10 with 7 minutes left. How about the defense?
Right.
How about Kyle Shanahan
the play
going
calling
away from the running game?
Right, the play calling.
They have been running all over Kansas City.
They had over 100 and some odd yards going into that, and they didn't keep running the football, Chris, to eat up the clock. We saw Shanahan did that when he was the offensive coordinator for the Falcons, right? In the Super Bowl.
In 2016 against Brady and the Patriots.
You got the game in hand. They ran 4 times in the second half. They were in field goal range. Chris, all they had to do was run 3 plays. Run the ball 3 times, let the play clock go all the way down to 2 or 3 before they didn't do it. They threw the ball. There was a sack. There was a holding.
Penalty.
Yeah, and then you're out of field goal range.
Then
That's
they're
why.
punting.
That's why they didn't
Absolutely.
win the game. It's so simple.
No, you're right. And that's one of the things, Rob. Kyle Shanahan likes to get cute, likes to get fancy, likes to show you how smart he is. And granted, he did it in 2019 with Jimmy G as his quarterback, right? Took the ball out, stopped running the ball, and started throwing it. But I'll say this, Rob. Trey Lance is more physically gifted than Jimmy G, right? Better with his legs, stronger arm. And I think Shanahan, one of his attractions to Trey Lance was that, oh my gosh, I can open up the whole bag with Trey. I can do all the things I've got in my mind that I haven't been able to do with Jimmy G. But that's when Shanahan gets in trouble.
And did you hear
when
what
he tries to get fancy? And I don't think he'll get as fancy with Jimmy G.
And did you hear
which
what he
is
said
good.
yesterday, too, about, well, we had to scrap about 80% of the playbook now. Like,
Right.
what was that?
Right, exactly.
Well,
Man,
Chris.
let me say this
What
to
was
Kyle
that?
Shanahan. Kyle Shanahan, you will get credit for winning. I don't care if it's 3 yards in a cloud of dust,
You
Rob.
don't need to act like you're reinventing the wheel to win.
Oh, I got so much I'm not going to be able to show you
Right.
guys. Now, I don't care.
Win.
Win. All right, period. And Rob, you saw it. Look, Jimmy G is better in the pocket than Trey Lance. He's better on the short and intermediate throws, more accurate than Trey Lance. Doesn't run like him and all that, but that's what they need. They got a great running game. They got great receivers who can run after the catch. So they should be fine if they just keep it simple. And the other part of it, Rob, did you see how the players responded to Jimmy G?
I did.
They were jumping on him like he had just hit a 37-foot buzzer beater to win the Western Conference Finals.
Now, let me say this, and this is not a knock on the kid. It's not.
I'm sure they like him.
Right. But they've won big with Jimmy G. They
Thank
have, Chris. You don't that you don't forget, and you
Right.
know what happens with most of the teams in the NFL. What would have happened to them yesterday meant your season was over.
Absolutely.
Their season's not
They're so
over.
lucky they kept
The
him.
49ers are like, we're out, we're not cooked.
Right.
If this
Right.
was anybody else, you're cooked. Aaron Rodgers goes down, you're cooked.
Yep.
Russell
Yep.
Wilson goes down, you're cooked. And
Yep.
the Cowboys are cooked. I don't care even if they won yesterday. They're still cooked. But you get my point.
Right. Look, I mean, and Rob, I also think, look, again, I genuinely think they like Trey Lance. They're fine with him. And they know it's a business. But, Rob, don't you think maybe there's a little bit of, they kind of screwing with Jimmy G. Like, we know he's not Patrick Mahomes, but, he's got to come back for less money. That he's better than this kid right now, but they're giving this kid the job, all that. So I think that was part of why they were happy for him too. But your turn to weigh in. Are the Niners better now with Jimmy G at the helm? Your thoughts?
All right, let's kick it off, Chris, with Dalton in Dallas. You're on the Odd Couple Fox Sports Radio on a Magic City Monday.
Magic City Monday.
Yes, sir.
Hello, gentlemen. Thank you guys for having me. So,
Yep.
First and foremost, my question to you guys is, what have you seen? What physical evidence do you have that would back that Trey Lance can perform at a high level in the NFL?
We haven't seen it. We haven't.
It's all physical. It's all, hey, he's got a strong arm. He can run. He's athletic. That's all there is.
That's all there is.
Even
Potential.
college, he did it at the Division I AA level. So,
it's
we're with you.
It's
and
potential.
we've been consistent with that. We have said we don't know. We're not saying he's going to be bad or he's going to be good. We don't know. And that's why we've thought that Jimmy G should have the job. Because what we've seen of Trey Lance hasn't been like overwhelmingly good.
And it's different when you have a roster ready to win compared to building. If they were rebuilding, it's Trey Lance's job.
Absolutely.
Period.
I say that's exactly. So I think when it comes to you're talking about having a team that can win now, right? Well, you also have a quarterback that we've seen can win now. So I think one of you made the comment about it seemed like the team was rallying around Jimmy, right?
Yep.
I mean, rightfully so. It's not like anybody's going to, you got to amp your guy up, right? But I think kind of what you're saying is these veteran players who know their team's in a win-now mode, now are basically they're not having to go on this media coattail ride of just Trey Lance. Is he going to be successful? I feel like the Niners talk these days is just about Trey Lance.
Right.
And I feel like now that entire media story is gone, and the entire focus of the team is righting the wrongs that they did last year. They know they can do it. They just got to make a few adjustments. So I think you guys are hitting the nail on the head, right? Jimmy G's the way to go. Your waste, you see now, it seems like the longevity of players in the NFL seems like it goes down, right? It seems like it's getting shorter unless we're the quarterback.
Well,
Thank
Rob,
you, buddy. Appreciate the call.
One of the questions, too,
Appreciate
Rob,
it.
that we didn't get to is Jimmy G has been injury-prone.
Yes.
Which is a big part of why, in addition to his limitations, that's also why they went out and got a quarterback.
Which we
and
get.
so he's got to stay healthy. Yeah, he's only had 2 full seasons in his 5 years now.
Right. But once he was in the Super Bowl and another one he was in the NFC Championship
Right,
game.
exactly.
Those are the games he didn't miss. I'm just
Right.
saying. Alex in Scottsdale, Arizona. You're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. Not that Alex. What's up, buddy?
Boys, Cardinals.
Man, that was something,
Nice
huh?
comeback. Kyler put on a
my
show
God.
late.
I about turned off the TV and went in the jacuzzi, and then I came back with, Kyler Murray making things happen.
Well, the one I don't know the where he scrambled around for the 2-point conversion.
conversion was
That took
20
about
seconds.
it felt
They
like
said
2
he ran
minutes.
85 yards.
20
It
seconds,
felt like
man.
2 minutes. It was unbelievable.
Yeah, that was crazy. And let me just say this, is probably the biggest Cardinals fan you're going to have on. I was out there in the heat in ASU Stadium when Jake Plummer was cool. Rough years out there, Bill Bidwell, but this is the worst news that we could possibly hear. Jimmy G led them to the Super Bowl. Why would we want Trey Lance out there as a Cardinals fan? That's the exact opposite of what I want to hear. The whole NFC West is sad today. Let's just say that. The Rams look terrible, and they just got the worst news possible.
They almost choked down that game to Atlanta.
I was
Yeah, the
hoping that was going to
NFC
happen.
doesn't look. I thought the NFC would be down already. It looks even worse
Yeah.
than we thought. it would.
Hey, we're going to make a bounce back, but let's just say this. Let's say the Cardinals get it right and the Rams do something. I honestly, at this point, would still pick San Francisco with Jimmy G because of the team they have, the defense they have, and the running game they have.
All right, hey,
they're
Alex,
better
thank
than
you.
you.
Thanks
They're
for the call.
better than you guys.
Oh, yeah, no doubt about it. Let's go
Sorry
to
to say
Kevin
it.
in Los Angeles. Chris, we're on the Odd Couple, Fox Sports Radio. What up, Kev?
Hey, what's up, fellas? Happy belated 4-year anniversary, man. I love the show.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you. We appreciate
Hey,
it.
you are right. The 49ers are way better than the Cardinals, man.
Oh, the Cardinals are
Exactly.
bad. The Cardinals are
Exactly.
bad.
See, now, okay. I'm going to disagree with you guys on 2 points, man. I do think Trey Lance gives the 49ers a better opportunity to win the Super Bowl. Jimmy G's a better quarterback today, but by the time December comes, Trey Lance will surpass him.
How do you know?
Hold on.
But how do you know that?
Based
Right.
on what, Kevin? You have no data. You
He's
have
from
nothing.
freaking North Dakota State.
You have nothing to say to be able to say that with confidence. You might hope that and feel
Right.
that, but you can't honestly say that. He has no track record to speak of.
Well, what I'm going to say is Jimmy G's playoff numbers are trash. When he
Right.
gets to the playoffs, he doesn't make any plays. He does ride the coattail of our team. But when I listen to people who watch the coaches tape of Trey Lance, they see the plays that he does make that Jimmy G can't make. So at this point, Jimmy G may be better. But come December, I think he would be able to catch up.
And the
to
first
he can do things Jimmy G can't do, but Jimmy G can do things he can't do.
Like what?
Like Jimmy D, well, he's better in the short and the intermediate passing
How
game.
about winning?
Better in the pocket.
How about winning? The winning doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean, with our team, with a good quarterback, you can win. You can win anything. With our team, with a good quarterback, you can win.
We'll see.
That's
I mean,
right.
look, you could be
We will
right.
see.
One day, Trey Lance
But you
may
can't base
very
that
well
off
be
right
better
now.
than him.
But
we
he's
have
not.
no idea. He
We
didn't
just
light
don't.
up. He didn't light up the scoreboard.
The time that we've been able to see him
Right.
play, everybody was saying he couldn't throw because he was in the rain. I don't know. I didn't see anything yet. Did you, Chris?
Yeah, no. I mean, he was okay at
And-
times last year, but he's there's question marks about it.
Let's
just keep it real.
I just think, and thanks for the call, Kevin. There's nothing wrong with that. That's just Kevin who hopes and wishes
Right.
and wants him to be the guy, and I don't have any issues
Don't
with
say
that.
it like it's a fact.
But it ain't a fact. That's all we can
Right.
say. It ain't a fact. Not at this point. All right.